From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Stephanie Woodard. Daryl Clark has the evening off. Our top story tonight, a U.S. District Court jury has found a Fairbanks man innocent of charges related to a 1978 bombing of the Trans-Alaska Pipeline. 62-year-old Philip Martin Olson was charged with 3 counts in the case, accused of lying to the FBI during the investigation of the incident. Olson had reportedly told investigators that he took part in setting off the explosion and said another man helped him. The bombing caused between 12 and 14,000 barrels of oil to spill from the line east of Fairbanks. Now continuing, 7 men have been issued misdemeanor citations accusing them of using the services of prostitutes in Fairbanks. The charges are related to the Anchorage woman who was accused of running a statewide prostitution ring. Amber Batts was indicted in July on 4 counts of felony sex trafficking. She was accused of having 32 prostitutes working for her as independent contractors. The suspects receiving citations were from Fairbanks, Anchorage, Kansas, Ohio, and Montana. Alaska State Troopers say the case remains under investigation. The University of Alaska System and the Alaska Network on Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault today signed an agreement that strengthens sexual assault prevention and victim services. The 2 parties will work together to prevent sexual assault, sexual harassment, dating violence, and stalking on all 16 UA campuses. The ANDVSA is a nonprofit coalition of 23 victim services agencies and advocacy organizations throughout the state. University of Alaska Fairbanks Police Chief Keith Mallard said the agreement will provide additional confidential services to victims, not only them, not all of UAF, but also across the UA system.
But in the end, what is the most powerful about this is those individuals that have been victimized by interpersonal violence, whether it be sexual assault, domestic violence, those types of things, they'll have an advocate here on campus that can provide them information to empower them to make the decisions going forward.
Senator Mark Begich made a campaign stop in Fairbanks today. Now he's facing challenger Dan Sullivan in the November 4th election. Begich laid out a 4-point plan for Alaska oil and gas development and streamlined permitting at the local laborers hall this morning. Now Begich is optimistic on a decision to connect the CD5 and GMT1 projects in the National Petroleum Reserve Alaska. Mr. Begich called for opening ANWR as well as revenue sharing for Alaska from production off the Arctic's outer continental shelf. This is similar to royalties Louisiana receives from its OCS development. Now, if his legislation goes through, Begich says Alaska could see about $1 billion a year in revenue.
The current chair of the Energy Committee, Mayor Landrieu, supports revenue sharing. The past chair did not. The current chair of the Finance Committee, which is critical, is inclined, not yet yes, but inclined to support revenue sharing, where in the past chair was totally against it. So we have changed the deck to give us more opportunity than before.
Today, the United States Supreme Court denied a request to stop same-sex marriages in the state of Alaska. Now, according to a release, the request was made by the state earlier this week after U.S. District Court Judge Timothy Burgess struck down the ban on same-sex marriages. However, supporters said this was, quote, a petty last-ditch effort to stop equality. This marks the 3rd time the Supreme Court has cleared the way for same-sex marriages across the country. Since the ban was lifted in Alaska, many gay couples have said that they plan to wed despite having an initial 3-day waiting time for marriage licenses. A Secure Your ID Day event will be held in Fairbanks Saturday at the Shoppers Forum Mall. It's sponsored by the Better Business Bureau of Alaska and United Way of the Tanana Valley. Now, there will be a financial fitness fair with vendors including Alaska Housing Finance, the Red Cross, and University of Alaska Fairbanks Cooperative Extension. Alaska Shred Company will have their shred truck outside the mall for people who want to bring sensitive documents in to be destroyed. Now, it's an effort to help prevent identity theft.
We advise people to shred all their documents because still the number one way that identity theft happens is by physical means. Dumpster diving, unsecured mailboxes where scammers and thieves take your stuff out of the mailbox, people that put outgoing mail in and put the red flag up, which is a flag for thieves to go and take the mail. They can wash the checks, which is a problem, put their own name in there, put a different amount in there, so you've got to be really careful.
All right, when we come back, 100 women gathered last evening for a good cause. Also, the Alaska Railroad is hosting a new ride, and we've got all the details. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Fbx Evening News. Now, what happens when over 100 women gather to support a local nonprofit organization in the Fairbanks North Star Borough? That was the case Thursday night during the inaugural 100-plus Golden Heart Women Who Care meeting. Now, Jamie Schwartzwald was there, and he has this story.
The concept is quite simple. Over 100 women pledged to donate $100 4 times a year to support a local not-for-profit agency. The idea was spawned in 2006 in Michigan. The Women Who Care program quickly spread through the lower 48 and made its way to Fairbanks. Brenda Riley introduced the concept to 3 of her friends, Lisa Herbert, Heather Lambert, and Lorna Shaw, who all agreed to spearhead the program locally. Riley says she was hoping they would get 100 committed members by the first meeting. Well, they bettered that as 135 Golden Heart women made the pledge, meaning $13,500 would be raised in less than an hour.
Many chapters, when they begin, do not even reach 100, so we are a really special community. We're excited about that.
Here's how the meeting worked. Attendees nominated a nonprofit from an approved list of agencies, entered their names and the organization title in a random drawing. 3 names were drawn with 3 related nonprofits: KUAC Public Broadcasting, the Barnett Magnet School PTA, and Big Brothers Big Sisters of Alaska. Following 5-minute pitches by each of the 3 nominating women, the entire group voted on which organization would be the recipient of the funds.
So Big Brothers,
Teresa Thompson delivered the winning speech, saying this money will stay in the Fairbanks community. She and her husband have been Bigs for over 9 years here in town. She was proud to help an organization that is near and dear to her heart.
I'm so thankful and really honored that Big Brothers Big Sisters was chosen. It's an amazing honor, and to be the first one.
They provide an incredible service. There are a lot of children out there who really benefit from the extra adult attention that they provide.
The next meeting of 100-plus Golden Heart Women Who Care is scheduled for January 15th. New members are, of course, welcome. Jamie Schwartzwald reporting from Ravens Landing.
The Interior's cultural diversity will be on display Saturday afternoon during the 28th Annual Fairbanks International Friendship Day at the Pioneer Park Centennial Center. 26 stage performances highlight the event, designed to celebrate the vast swath of culture in our area. New this year will be Jewish and Bollywood dance performances, which take place during the first hour of the event that runs from 12 to 5 Saturday afternoon. Display booths will line the balcony, while the performances and cultural food booths will be downstairs. Now, organizers say attending the event is like taking a world tour without leaving home.
So fun and mind-boggling sometimes. Wow, we just sit here and right here in Fairbanks. Looks like we're going around the world tour.
And we want to be sure that people understand that we're very unique groups that do come together and make it through the winter.
For the first time tomorrow, the Alaska Railroad is teaming up with a local brewery and restaurant to provide a fun new route for guests. They're calling it the Hoodoo Choo Choo, and from the name you can guess who the brewery is. The well-known and now highly popular Hoodoo brand will be providing the drinks on the train ride that will take off from the Fairbanks Depot and travel to Nenana and back. The Alaska Railroad says their scenic views, coupled with the Hoodoo craft beers and 6-course meal catered by Fairbanks restaurant Lavelle's Bistro, will make for a fun and unique trip.
It would sell out, but we ended up selling all the tickets pretty quick, so they've been in pretty high demand, so it's pretty amazing, but it's completely sold out. So. How many tickets is that? 220 tickets. Hopefully we'll do it every year, and hopefully it'll just get better and better every year, so next year I would definitely watch out for it. So.
Joe Cook has a full Friday sportscast with Ice Dogs hockey results, high school volleyball, and more. Plus 3 Interior football teams will be in championship Saturday in Anchorage. Now you'll hear from them next in Sports with Joe.
Welcome back, Interior Sports fans. I'm Joe Cook, and it's TGIF, so let's get the weekend started right with some sports. Defense showed up at the right time as the Fairbanks Ice Dogs won 6-5 in a shootout over the Cooley Region Chill on Thursday night. Fairbanks and Cooley were tied 5-5 after regulation. After a scoreless extra period, the Ice Dogs won the shootout 2-1. Caleb Shore would score the game-winning goal on the 8th attempt before Patrick Munson's game-winning save on Griff Jessica to seal it. Returning from injury, Todd Burgess makes 3 assists in his season debut for the Ice Dogs. Adam Lovick dished out a game-high 4 assists for the Chill. Both teams meet again in Game 2 tonight in La Crosse, Wisconsin. In college volleyball, UAF fell in 3 sets on the road. UAF led 23-20 in the first set, but the Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets stunned the Nanics with a 29-27, 25-18, 25-17 defeat. Monica Grimson had a match-high 14 kills, hitting .500 for MSUB. Riley Padovich hit a match-high 56% for UAF on 9 kills. Alaska will travel to SPU for a Saturday GNAC tilt. And tomorrow is Championship Saturday in high school football. Eielson and North Pole will play for state championships in their respective divisions, while Lathrop will be in a semifinal. Instead of X's and O's, I asked some of the seniors about their favorite moments of the season before they left for Anchorage.
I think one moment that could kind of stand out. I don't know, this playoff one was really good experience. I think that's one really stands out. Last year we lost in the semi, so winning the semi, and just the whole weekend, the whole field probably really stuck out.
What sticks out is it's definitely this whole year out of all my past years, because this year it's more of like a team. Last year we were getting there more as a team, but this year it's more of a family.
Thinking back to it, it's been great, and I really wouldn't change anything. These years have been great for me. I met a lot of interesting people, and I've won a state championship, looking for another one.
Tony Griffith and the Eielson Ravens will have a chance for another state title. They play rival Nikiski this Saturday for the small school state championship.
You want to beat the best to be the best, kind of deal. And they're still defending champs, and we're chasing what they got last year. So, it's exactly how you want it to be.
The North Pole Patriots will play the undefeated and defending state champions Soldat and the Stars for the medium schools title, a grudge match from the 2013 semis.
I feel like it's going to be they're a really heavy run team. It's going to be hard stopping them. But I feel like we can do it. I mean, we did really good against Kenai, so I feel like it'll be really challenging, but I think we can do it.
The Lathrop Malamutes will have a rematch of their own against the defending large school state champion West Anchorage Eagles in Saturday's semifinal.
If we come out there and play our game, I have no doubt we can hang with West. Pretty much is just staying together, trusting our coaches, trusting ourselves. Having confidence is a big issue. Like Coach said, Big Mo. We need to stay focused. If something doesn't go our way, we can't get down. We can't get down on each other. We have to stay together.
And North Pole and Sohai will kick off at 12:30, and Eielson and Nikiski, they will play at 4 p.m. Both games are on Diamond Alumni Field for the small school and medium school state championships. Lathrop will face West at 6 in Anchorage Football Stadium on Saturday for the semifinal, and that's at 6 o'clock. And West Valley won the regular season MAC title on Tuesday in volleyball, so second place was on the line between North Pole and Lathrop on Thursday night. The Patriots were up 1-0 in sets, but Lathrop had an 8-5 lead early in the second set, but the Pats used serves to take a 12-9 advantage. Now, Lathrop head coach Joe Donahue wasn't pleased. His team ran suicides during the timeout, and Lathrop, they responded, came back to make it a 17-18 game, but North Pole would prevail 25-18. The Patriots held off Lathrop in the final set 25-22 as Megan Smith, she served the match point and got the ace as North Pole clinches the 2 spot for November's MAC tournament.
Feels great to finally beat Lathrop in 2. That was our goal for the season, and we really pulled it out and worked as a team. Our skills have really honed in together. We have worked as a team and come up with a scheme, and it's really working for us right now, so we're hoping to go into regionals tough and strong.
And the Monroe Rams, they improved to 12-0 after sweeping Galena 25-8, 25-6, 25-8 on Thursday. Monroe had 31 aces in the win. And in the Battle of the Huskies, Delta Junction won in 4 sets over Kotzebue, 25-23, 25-23, 16-25, 25-17. Now here's a look at the local weekend sports schedule. At 10 a.m. on Saturday, there will be a 3-school rifle match between Lathrop, Delta, and North Pole at the E.F. Horton Rifle Range in the Patty Center. And the Patty Center pool, the U.S. swim team has day 2 of their swim meet with Azusa Pacific at noon. Saturday night is the Bryce, Alaska Gold Rush. UAA will face Air Force at 4:07 p.m. Then at 7:07, the Alaska Nance will take on Penn State. Both games are at the Carlson Center. And maybe no surprise for this week's Play of the Week. How about Alaska sophomore netminder Davis Jones, the reigning WCHA Defensive Player of the Week, shut out then number 10 Wisconsin 1-0 in the Kendall Hockey Classic opener, then won 5-2 over Maine, making 33 saves after 2 wins. Alaska would win the Kendall Hockey Classic, and Jones was named Most Outstanding Player. To select the next Play of the Week, watch the I-5 Interior Top 5 Plays on Mondays during the Weekend Recap. And that's a wrap for sports. Thanks for watching. Your full weather forecast is next, and we'll catch you next time.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back into a Friday night. Mike Schultz with you once again, taking a look at the weather, and it was a beautiful day today. Not a cloud in the sky, and temperatures are still pretty chilly. We're looking at this trend to continue right on through the weekend. Maybe a few more clouds by Sunday, but no snow in the forecast, and temperatures will continue to be quite chilly. Our photograph for tonight, sent in by Diana Sparacino, and again, you can see a beautiful shot here. The sun rising over the Tanana River and is able to capture all the glory, I should say, glory of the pit. There might be some glory down there, I'm not sure. Anyway, beautiful picture there. And as always, if you have a photograph you want to share with us, by all means, send it to photos@ktvf11.com. All right, let's take a look at our almanac and see what kind of gory results we can get from that. As you can see, the high today 33, actually the high today 34 is 33 right now. The low last night 15, record high 54 in 1925. 10 below in 1907. Sunrise about 8:55 this morning, and the sunset a little while ago at 6:18, giving us 9 hours and 24 minutes of daylight. That's a loss of 6 minutes from yesterday. Our satellite and radar is showing a little bit of activity moving across the southern sections of Alaska, and that's about it. Nothing getting past the Alaska range, so nice clear weather, and that's going to continue. Skies are even starting to clear over southeast Alaska. In fact, the latest shot is showing on the statewide picture that it still showers around the Ketchikan and Juneau area. That'll be moving out of the picture, though. That's good news. Elsewhere across the state, Anchorage at 47 degrees, lots of sunshine there. Cloudy skies at Kodiak, a few snow showers around the Cold Bay area. Up in the western side of the state, looking at 34 degrees at Nome, and cloudy skies at Barrow, only 20 degrees for their high. Lower 48 weather over the Pacific Northwest. The rain is continuing across the Seattle area. You'll see why in just a little bit. Over the southwest portion of the country, temperatures right around 90 degrees for Phoenix. In Las Vegas, 67 degrees at Denver. Over the eastern half of the country, it's fairly dry for the most part. Lots of sunshine over New York, stretching right on down the East Coast, and then over the Gulf Coast, New Orleans, 83 degrees and sunshine. On our satellite and radar, not a whole lot going on over the Deep South. A few showers moving across the Great Lakes. Most of the energy is focused right back again over the Pacific Northwest, and a few afternoon showers popping up over the Southwest with some moisture coming in from Mexico. And the overall outlook for tomorrow is calling for more rain and wind moving back in across the western and the northwestern sections of the country, at least down to northern California, and that's about it. The jet stream, once again, way up to the north early next week, dropping down across the Great Lakes. Otherwise, looking at very nice weather, warm showers over the western half, and then once again drying out as you get back into California. And as far as the Hurricane Anna that's heading toward Hawaii, it's expected to move even further to the west, which means they'll still have tropical storm winds and waves and maybe 6 to 8 inches of rain, but not nearly as bad as they were expecting. All right, now we'll talk about Alaska's weather for tomorrow in the northern section. Snow showers for Barrow, cloudy skies in Nome, and partly cloudy skies for Fort Yukon. Here in the interior, looks pretty good. Mostly sunny skies for Healy, partly cloudy skies at Fairbanks and Delta Junction. While over the southeastern sections, a chance of rain for Juneau. Rain may get heavy in the Ketchikan area. And as far as southwest portions of the state, rain and snow at Cold Bay, cloudy skies at Bethel, and showers for Kodiak Island. And if you're heading on down the Anchorage area, not too bad. Showers at Homer, mostly cloudy skies for Anchorage and Valdez. Okay, time once again for our kids' weather. All this week we've been talking with the kids from Crawford Elementary School. Tonight, we're going to talk with a teacher with an interesting weather fact.
I'm Joanne Van Fletteren, and this is my 5th grade class here at Crawford Elementary. We have a weather fact to share with you. Class, did you know that Ray Sullivan, a forest ranger in Virginia, has been struck by lightning 7 times in the past 35 years? And the amazing part was, he still has no major injuries. Really?
As always, thanks to Mount McKinley Bank. And next week, I'll be taking a little bit of vacation, and we'll be sharing some weather facts with you while I'm gone. Again, thanks to Mount McKinley Bank. Here's your forecast for the remainder of the night. Looking at clear skies and colder temperatures. Patchy fog, only 15 degrees for the overnight low. Tomorrow's forecast, increasing high clouds. Otherwise, continued cool, about 31 for the temperature high. And the extended forecast right on through the middle part to latter part of next week, looking at partly cloudy skies. Temperatures a little bit warmer, though, actually in the low to mid 30s. And overnight lows will also rise. As you can see here, we're looking at starting off in the teens and then warming back up again to around the 20-degree mark after that.
All right, thanks so much, Mike. Always appreciate the weather.
You bet.
All right, well, we're out of time now, so that'll wrap up this edition of the Fbx Evening News. We're glad you could join us, and we hope that you have a really great weekend.
Good night.